Welcome to the Off-Leash podcast with Dr. Pete. I am your co-host, Molly Van Vranken. We're so glad that you joined us for today's show. Remember, we're not here to say what you want us to say. We're here to be an advocate for your pet. And Dr. Pete is actually on vacation this week with his lovely wife down in Cancun, Mexico, enjoying the sun. So I have someone that actually works for Dr. Pete across from me right now. Her name is Beth Prater. Say hi, Beth.
Hi.
She is the manager down at the Scoop Pet Food Store, which is what Dr. Pete opened up, which we've talked about on the podcast before. She does a wonderful job down there, educates a lot of her clients. Remind me, you're from a veterinary background, right?
Yes, I worked at Turner Veterinary Clinic for about 3 years.
How'd you like that?
I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
I liked learning all the different things and watching surgeries.
Yeah. So you have the education to back when you go to the store. She knows what she's talking about. If you're not from Battle Creek, then you're going to have a while to drive. But Beth and I were talking the other day, and she's actually a part of a canine search and rescue group called Blue Water Canine, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me about this.
So Blue Water Canine is a nonprofit agency. We're all volunteers. None of us get paid. And we use canines to search for missing people, such as missing hikers, Alzheimer patients, little kids.
That's crazy.
Hunters that have lost their way.
Okay. So I have so many questions about this. First of all, you have your beautiful dog here. What's your dog's name?
Chase.
He is sitting in the corner like such a good boy. He's like, I just want to be a part of it. He's so sweet. Okay, so Chase is a German Shepherd.
Yes.
How old is he?
He's 6.5.
Okay, he is one of the most beautiful German Shepherds I have ever seen.
Thank you.
So pretty. Okay, so back to the canine search and rescue. I got this whole pamphlet from Beth. He has his own like caricature card. I love this. He is so cute. Okay, so how did you get into this?
So basically all my life I thought that working canines and search and rescue canines were really cool. When I was a little kid, I thought the dogs were like celebrities. I thought it was the coolest thing. And after my son graduated high school, I got really into dog sports and dogs. And my trainer was Marlene Hunt at Canine Connections. And one day she was like, hey, I'm going to this canine search and rescue training. Do you want to go with me to watch? And I was like, yeah. And so we joined the team like a week after that because I loved it. I loved watching the dogs work. And
yeah. So tell me about Chase and some of the success stories that you've had with him.
So Chase started training when he was just 8 weeks old.
Oh, wow.
I joined the team and so the humans have to get certified and know what they're doing as well. So,
was that overwhelming?
A little bit, yeah.
I could imagine. When I first started getting into hunt training, I like every single thing that I was watching that the guy was doing, I was like, this is so overwhelming. And I felt like I was asking a million questions and just annoying the shit out of this guy.
Yeah.
Because I was like, well, why do you do that? Why do you cast that way? What does that hand signal mean? And he was like, oh my God. But I'm a question asker.
There's a lot to learn, more than what the average person would think.
Yeah.
It's not just walking through the woods with your dogs. There's a lot to learn on the human side as well.
Yeah. So like, give me an example of what on the human side you had to learn.
For me, the hardest thing for me to learn was land navigation.
Okay.
Like you got to use your compass and...
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So like you can't get lost yourself.
Right. We do have CalTopo, which is it tracks where we're going. It's an app on our phones. And we also carry handheld GPS devices. So we shouldn't get lost. But even in training, like humans don't walk in a straight line. So we tend to wear compasses at the very least, just so we know what direction we're in at all times.
Yeah, that's true.
So
that's wild.
Yeah, land navigation was a lot for me to learn. That was my toughest issues. Compass and following a bearing and things like that.
Okay, so from someone that knows nothing about search and rescue dogs, is this something that just German Shepherds do, or is this like multiple breeds can do it?
Any breed can do it. So we prefer the dogs are probably no smaller than like a border collie would be the smallest breed of dog.
Okay.
But like our team, we have golden retrievers, we have a Chesapeake Bay retriever.
Okay.
German Shepherds. One of our members actually uses Rottweilers.
Wow.
He's from Colorado, yeah.
Okay, so how do you know if a dog shows talent in this field? Like, if you just get him as a puppy, like how do you know right away of, okay, this dog's going to be a search and rescue dog or this dog's not going to make the cut?
So a lot of times the breeders will know like the drives that their puppies have, but when we go to test a puppy, if someone gets one from a breeder, there's certain tests we can do.
Yeah.
Like, someone will run away and we'll see if the puppy will be curious enough to go see where they went, if they're
Okay.
confident enough to run away from the rest of the dogs.
Yeah.
We might hide something in a bag and see how long the puppy will work to get it out, like a treat.
Yeah. And this is all volunteer. You don't get paid for finding people.
Nope. Our team, we don't get paid at all. We don't charge law enforcement and we don't charge family for our services.
Okay.
So our team runs solely on donations and fundraisers.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's so cool though. Okay, so tell me like the most recent search and rescue you did. Are you allowed to disclose?
We usually don't really talk about it. The most recent one, I'll just be brief about it, was up in the Cadillac area.
Oh, dang, you have to drive like a ways.
Oh yeah, we serve like the whole entire state of Michigan.
What?
Yeah.
So like, wait, this is like an all of a sudden thing too. It's not like you're planning on,
Oh, no.
oh, someone's getting lost this weekend. I have to clear out my schedule.
No, if you got plans, that's when someone will get lost.
Oh my God. So how many people respond to these calls?
It just depends. So in Michigan, there's something called MIPSARC, and that's the Michigan Search and Rescue Council.
Okay.
So it's pretty hard for teams to get on that. There's a lot of standards the teams have to meet to get on that. But
Yeah.
once they're on that, like the police departments can look at that and see the teams that are qualified.
Yeah.
So if it's a MIPSARC search, if the police have called them, then they call out teams. There's usually quite a few different teams, but sometimes we're able to get our team itself we get a whole law enforcement, and law enforcement just tells our team, yeah, you can go out and search.
That's wild.
So it just depends. I mean, there might be 50 people searching, or there might just be our team and 10 people searching.
That is wild. That is crazy. Okay, so tell me about the latest one. I kind of cut you off and had too many questions. So you went up. Who was missing? Like a child, an adult?
It was an adult. It was pretty well documented on Facebook. It was actually one where a pregnant woman was missing, and it ended up being a criminal case.
What?
I'll just leave it.
I want to know. Wait, are you not allowed to talk about it?
I mean, like,
the people want to know. The people of the podcast.
we just do things because we love doing what we do.
Yeah.
And we love volunteering, so we don't really do it for like media attention.
Yeah.
But basically the woman was pregnant and her family was not the best family.
Oh.
And they wanted her baby.
That's terrifying.
Yeah,
Did you find the woman?
Our team did not, but the woman did end up getting found.
Okay.
You can read more about it. It's all over Facebook and Crime Podcast, and it was a very well documented case this past fall.
That's crazy. Okay, I want to know more about Chase and like a success story that he had. Tell me like your craziest find.
So Chase, we don't go on searches like constantly. They're like, we might go on a search once every 2 or 3 weeks, and then it might be 3 months before we get called again.
Yeah.
So Chase has only been certified long enough. I think he's only probably been on about 8 searches. I guess he hasn't really found someone, but he did indicate on me near where someone was at.
Yeah.
And we didn't have permission at the time to go on the other side of this field to search. But Chase picked up his smell, his scent, as did other dogs on our team.
Yeah.
And we did let law enforcement know, and law enforcement ended up finding him.
Oh, that's awesome.
So
What about your other dog? Any success stories with your other dog?
I've only done it with Chase.
You've only done it with Chase?
Yeah.
Okay. So if someone wanted to get into the search and rescue program, what would be their steps?
I highly suggest like getting a hold of our team and watching our team work, making sure it's something you want to do, it's a lot of time, a lot of training. Like I said, even with the human side, it's a lot. Like I have a Star Tech 2 certification, and it was basically almost like going back to college to get that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was a lot of online classes, a lot of practical training in first aid, wilderness first aid.
Oh, wow.
Man tracking.
There's a lot that goes into it.
There's a very much that goes into it that most people don't understand or realize.
Yeah.
So, I'd suggest starting without a dog.
Yeah.
And
just
learning.
to get on that level. I'm going to pull up my list of questions here.
Learning all that stuff. And then once you've learned yourself, then get a dog and train a dog. That's how I did it. Some people start with a dog, and that's fine too. It just, to me, seems like a lot.
How did you pick him as your search and rescue dog?
So I had just lost a dog. He died of cancer at 4.5. So I wasn't really looking for another dog. So I joined the team, and I learned most of the human side of it.
Yeah.
And then it was the weirdest thing. So I had 2 different friends. Well, actually, back up. I was working for a German Shepherd breeder, and a lady came in and had her dog bred by one of the studs that the breeder owned, and I was there, and no big deal. And probably about 6 weeks later, I had 2 different friends that were like, "Oh, you should get a dog from this lady," and she just had this litter of dogs, and both of them were telling me this, and I was like, I don't know, I'd not really looking for a dog right now.
Yeah.
Well, it turns out I did meet the litter of dogs, and the owner of the litter, she was really awesome, and she worked on a plan with me, and I was able to get Chase. He was the last dog, and Chase, right from a puppy, just loved people. I had some people from the team come out and train or test him to see if he would do good with search and rescue, and he did. So it turns out that dog that was brought into that breeder to be bred was Chase's mom.
That's awesome.
So like I was there when he was conceived.
Oh my gosh.
And didn't even know it. So it was almost like it was meant to be.
That is awesome. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you're in the training process for the search and rescue, what was the hardest part for you or for your dog? I know that you said that it's like going back to college for you.
Yeah.
But what was the hardest part of the actual physical training?
Probably the hardest part for me and Chase was, so Chase finds living people. He can also find articles, and he also finds recently deceased.
Oh.
Yep.
Wait, like cadavers?
Yep. Up to 6 months old. Or
How
6 months
do you train
deceased.
for that? Wait, is there a place you can go and train for that?
Probably, but we train our on our own around here.
What, do you just find a dead deer carcass or something? I don't know how this works.
No, so the dogs have to be trained on human scent and deceased human scent.
You borrowing bodies from the morgue?
Kind of.
Oh my gosh. This is crazy.
So you can buy human remains.
What, off the black market? Wait.
I've never done it, so I don't know, but it's not.
I want to know where you're getting dead bodies at.
It's not the black market, but there is a website, but you have to prove that you're I need you're professionals.
I need an arm so that I can send my dog on it or something.
Yeah, I have a leg in my freezer.
This would look so suspicious if like a cop showed up to do like a routine like search of your house and they're like, "Oh, there's a human leg in your freezer." That's crazy.
We have documented papers.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. There's that. I want to know who's donating their body to this. Probably people that do search and rescue, and when they die, they're like,
maybe. I'm not really sure. I've never been on that part of it. So like if you were to have surgery and you donated like whatever they took off your body, your gallbladder or whatever, we would train on that.
What?
So that's where we get a lot of our sources.
That's crazy.
But people do donate their bodies to search and rescue.
I thought I heard at one point in time that there's like a cadaver farm that people go and train their dogs at, where it's like there's bodies in certain locations and they give them like a little scent of something and they have to go find like that body that's associated with that scent.
I mean, possibly. I've never been to one of those either, but I do know that there are like body farms with bodies in different stages of decaying.
Yeah, because they test, it's more, not so much for the dog training, but it's more so to see like how bodies like dissolve, or what's the right word? Decompose over time.
Yep.
Yeah, and they test it. So you can donate your body to this place, but they just happen to do the dog work there too.
Yeah, I'm not sure at which ones. I don't know if all of them do that or not, but I know some of them do.
That's crazy. That's wild. Oh my goodness. So you train on dead bodies.
Mm-hmm. Or body parts.
Or body parts. Has anybody from your team ever come across a body part on a search? Like there's someone dead, we have to find them search?
Yeah. So yeah, we've found deceased people on searches, yes.
Oh. Is it like deceased for a long time, deceased recently? The deceased recently would make me really sad because it was like, dang, we didn't get to them in time.
Yeah, both. Aww. And it is, we have things set up for that to help people deal with those emotions.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's wild.
Yeah.
So what is the alert signal if your dog finds something?
So Chase, there's different ones. Chase is a bang. So basically, when he finds someone, he runs back to me, usually at full speed, and jumps on me.
Knocks you over? Mom, look at this.
I haven't been knocked over yet, but I've came close a couple times.
Oh my gosh.
I can generally tell by the way he's running and his facial expression, so I know to brace myself.
Okay. Have you ever had a moment during training or during field work that your dog like absolutely amazed you?
Almost all the time.
Really?
Yeah, because it just amazes me the way watching them work, and when they pick up human scent, like they usually a lot of times they'll put their nose in the air and they'll stop dead in the tracks and then go towards where the scent's coming from.
Yeah.
And it's just amazing to watch them work, and the fact that they can find missing people that we would walk. Humans would walk right by and not even know they were even there.
How does like weather and terrain affect the dog's ability to search?
It can definitely make a difference.
Like if it rains or if it snows or whatever.
It can make a difference. It can make it harder. Sometimes it makes it easier, but we train year round in all weather conditions.
Yeah.
So our dogs are prepared for that.
That's awesome. How does your dog switch between like working mode and pet mode?
So Chase is really good at doing that actually. So he knows usually when I only take just him and not my other dog that he's going to go do search and rescue.
Yeah.
And he knows the people that do it with me, so he definitely knows when he's there at a training.
Yeah. I didn't know if there was like some type of indication, like you put on a certain collar or like vest or something.
Yeah, when he's getting ready to search, I put on a search collar on him, and then I give him a command. I tell him to go search.
Okay.
So
do you work it off like a scent, or sometimes is he just going off of like nothing?
So he's not scent specific, so he goes off of nothing. So he will find any human out there.
Really?
Our team likes the on-rail searches. We like to work without volunteers involved. That way our dogs aren't finding volunteers and telling us and kind of wasting the time.
Yeah.
So we like to be the only ones out there. So when our dog finds somebody, we know it's the person missing.
Right. Oh, that makes sense. What advice would you give someone interested in this type of work?
Like I said, I would just tell them to come to a training and watch, and just know that it's a lot of time. It's a lot of work. It's not a hobby. Basically, everybody says search and rescue is not a hobby. It's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
And that's true.
Yeah.
Because even when I'm not training, I'm promoting the team or doing a fundraiser, or it really is a lifestyle.
Yeah. It is. I love that.
I would like just recommend coming and watching and learning. And if you want to run your dog, if you got a dog that you feel is a good fit for it.
Okay.
It's a lot of work.
I have another really important question. This one's actually okay. So say I was to get lost. I'm out hunting. I'm walking back. I get lost. I don't know where to go. And eventually I'm going to be reported missing, and a search and rescue dog is going to have to come find me. What can I do to help the search and rescue dog find me?
Basically, I mean, if you happen to see a dog searching for you, you could call out to the dog and get its attention. You don't need to do that. The dog will eventually find you. But
I mean, like, should I touch trees? Should I like walk around, stay in one place, like to help them find me? Do a little cut with blood and I don't know.
Nope, you don't need to do any of that. They say staying in one place is the best thing for you, but sometimes, if it was really cold out, that might not be the best thing. You might need to generate heat by walking around. Basically, though, you don't really need to do anything. The dogs will find you. They'll find your scent.
I didn't know if there was something that I could do to help them with the scent or to, I don't know, walk towards a major highway, stay where I'm at.
I mean, you might get found sooner if you're near a trail, if you're on a trail.
Yeah. Okay.
Because that's what we usually search on first. So if we go into the woods and there's a trail, we'll stay on the trail because it's least resistance for us and the dogs, and it wears us out less.
Yeah. That makes sense.
So if you were on a trail, you'd probably get found quicker than...
Yeah. I've only been lost once, and it was scary. It's like such a terrible feeling.
Yeah, lost.
I was out snowshoeing up north in the UP, and I can't remember why. I was like trying to look down because I thought that there was another trail like below, and it was such a steep hill that I took a step with my snowshoe and I just slid down the hill, and I was like, there's no way I'm getting back up that hill. And so I was like, I'm just going to walk from here, and I'm sure I'll find another trail. I was walking and walking and walking. I was with my friend Ivy, and we just walked for hours. And I was like, I don't know where we're at. And we had no service on our phones, which was even scarier. Her phone was dead. And I was like, we might actually like get lost. This is a terrifying feeling. And finally, after like 2 hours of walking, we came across somebody and we were like, please tell us you know where we're at. And they were like, yeah, we're on this trail. You just keep going this way. And I think it was like, he said 3 or 4 miles and it takes you back to the parking lot. I'm like, that's how far away we got? 4 miles? And so we started following the trail, but it was like there was no actual trail because it was all just snow. You couldn't really see the trail.
Yeah, that's very scary.
I was like, this is terrifying.
So us as search and rescue professionals, we tell people, if you're going to go hiking, let someone know where you're at and how long you plan on being gone. So if you don't return, people can start looking for you right away, especially if it's in the wintertime.
Exactly.
And then they're like, even if I go where I know, I always track myself.
Yeah.
So I can look and see how to get back to where I came from.
Yeah.
And then like Garmin makes different things, like something called InReach, and it's a SOS. And even if you don't have cell service, you can hit that button and it'll send out
Is
SOS.
it like a life alert, but for active people?
Yeah.
I've fallen and I can't get up. No, I've lost and I can't be found. Well, that is awesome. This is some really good information. I knew nothing about search and rescue dogs before this, so it gives me a real insight about it. Is there anything else you'd like to cover? Oh, actually, I have another question. If somebody wants to donate or give to this organization, where would they go? Who would they talk to?
So we have a website. It is Blue Water Canine SAR or SAR, bluewatercaninesar.org. And we have links where you could donate to our team on there. We also have contact us buttons if you wanted to donate a different way, or, if you want to donate body parts or, organs.
If anybody died, hit Beth up. They will gladly take your body parts.
I mean, it's
We're
the
sick.
way the dogs... We definitely have a different state of mind about it. I mean, we treat everything with the utmost of respect. Yes. Honestly, we do. Because it was at one point somebody.
No, I believe it. But it's like you got to do it.
Yeah.
I never thought about that as a part of the search and rescue. I was thinking in my head, I was like, they probably train on deer or rabbits or...
Yep,
No.
Nope, because we definitely don't want our dogs chasing deer or rabbits.
I know. I would have never thought about it like that. Mm-hmm. I just figured a find is a find.
The cadaver dogs that find people that have been gone for a really long time, they train on like bones.
Yeah. Yeah. That's wild. Is there anything else you want to cover?
Well, you asked what was part of our hardest thing that we had ever done.
Yes.
And I was just going to say, on the team that I used to be on, there were tests that you had to take before you basically got the team's permission to take a national certification test.
Yeah.
And the hardest for me and Chase was the HR test, the
HR?
human remain test.
Oh.
Chase likes to find living people, so he wasn't at first so excited to find people that weren't living or things that weren't living because they didn't reward them and they weren't happy. So we failed that test 3 times.
I never thought about that he would be sad about.
I mean, I don't think he was sad. I just think that he was like, oh, this thing's not loving on me and giving me attention.
Yeah.
So it wasn't as exciting to him.
He's a very lovable dog.
Yes.
He like pushes his whole body into you when you pet him.
He is.
We don't know where he went though.
Oh,
he's gone.
Yeah, he loves everybody.
But you finally passed the test, right?
We finally passed the test, and then we passed the national certification test, and it was that much better. So
that's awesome.
I mean, never give up.
Never give up. That's amazing. Anything else you want to cover before we wrap it up?
Just again, we are a nonprofit, all volunteer team. We operate on donations and fundraising. We are going to have our 2nd annual golf outing. It's May 30th at Cedar Creek Golf Course in Battle Creek. It starts at 8 a.m. and we're looking for teams to join. And we do a raffle at the end with lots of donations, and it's a really good time. And that's one of our big fundraisers. So I just wanted to make everyone aware that that's coming up.
Yes. If you guys are in the local Battle Creek area, please join if you like golf. Ben's a golfer. You should get him to go.
Oh, I'll definitely be on to him.
Hit Ben up. I'm
week.
Sure he would be all about it. Anything golf, he's all about it. Well, great. Let's get some outro music going. Thank you so much for joining me today. This has been
welcome. Thank you for having me.
So enlightening and surprising and a little bit of a shock factor because I did not know that you used actual bodies for this. That is crazy. Well, we sure appreciate you guys listening along with us today. We hope that we've been able to share some information that will help you love your animals as much as they love you. Don't forget, always treat the treatable, prevent the preventable, and we will catch you on the next episode.